Dave Zalsberg, he's a stained glass artist and a teacher at Snow Farm, and he is going to show us how to do it. Dave, a lot of people are nervous about cutting glass, and that's what stained glass comes down to, but it's easy.
It's easy. If you can hold a pencil, I can teach you to do stained glass.
I can hold a pencil,
okay. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to start just by doing a simple cut. We're going to take our cutter, like I just showed you.
Dave showed me this during the commercial, but you were telling
flip that over.
People are terrified of doing this for some reason.
People are terrified of doing it, and it's a very simple process.
So we hold it just like it's a pencil.
Yeah, and remember one thing. You're trying to break a piece of glass where you want it to break. And glass only breaks in two places, where you want it to and where you don't want it to. It's a simple process.
So what we do, we take it on here.
Yep, and we're going to start at the beginning right here, and we're going to make a scratch mark pushing down and forward at the same time. Push down a little bit harder.
See, I'm not pressing down hard enough.
Yep.
Now take it back.
No, I wouldn't try that. Okay.
Okay.
Now we're going to pick up this tool here, and you're going to place that score mark. You can see the scratch right in the center of that.
Place on the center of the score mark.
Yep. And just do a slight squeeze.
It broke right on the line.
Broke right where you wanted it to.
Look at this.
So if you can hold a pencil, I can teach you to do stained glass. So once you're cutting glass, and that's the biggest thing that you're doing in glass is being able to cut it.
So you cut it in the shape that you want.
Right. What we do is we take pattern pieces. We take an original pattern like this, and then what we do is we take a Mylar tracing of it.
So here's our pattern right here, and we take a Mylar tracing of it.
Right. And then what we would do is we trace this right onto the glass.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
And then just cut
the glass.
The lines.
We go through, after we cut the shapes that we want, we grind them on a diamond impregnated water-fed grinder, and then we wrap copper foil around the edges. And then the biggest process after that is
the soldering together.
Which is, if you want to be afraid of something, it's the one thing that you really want to respect.
Because you were saying this gets up to about 800
degrees. Yeah.
Well, that is a little scary.
Yeah.
And that's why people shouldn't do something like this at home. Go to Snow Farm, a place where you can do this.
Come to where we teach it. I teach 5 classes a year there. Come learn, and then you can set it up at home. You can do this in the kitchen. It's not a dangerous craft once you learn to respect it.
Exactly, and then knowledge is power in one of these situations.
So basically, what I've done is I've gone through and I've set up a little couple of pattern pieces. You know, we've cut, we've grind, we've foiled, and now we've come to this product here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of flux, which is an acid.
Okay, so flux is an acid.
And what it is, it's going to allow the two metals to bond together. And it's not an acid that you have to worry about, that, you know, you put it across your hand, you're not going to get burnt or anything like that.
Everybody missed it. Dave just took the acid and wiped it on his hand.
The only thing is, you know, if you're lucky, if you're allergic to it, you know, not a big deal.
Let's hope you're not allergic to it.
I am.
But you proved it. Oh, no. Well, then this show just took a turn for the worse.
No, I got about 20 minutes. So.
Okay. Good.
So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to apply a little bit of the flux right to
over our sailboat.
Yeah, paint it right on there.
Like that?
Yeah, right just where the copper is.
Oh, just
where the copper is,
Okay, well, good thing we have a lot of it.
Yep. Okay, and then we're going to take our irons, and the first thing I do is when I come out of my cradle, because it's been sitting there, the heat has been building in that iron, the biggest thing I want to do is I want to take that and just wipe it a couple of times across.
And only touch the black part.
Only touch the black part.
Metal
that metal is 800 degrees, and it's...
send you right to the hospital.
Real quick.
Okay, so we have this done.
Okay, we're going to grab a solder, so that works out great. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to do what they call a tack solder first. I'm just going to take the iron, I'm going to pass it right through the solder, and I'm just going to touch it to the copper.
So right now we're melting one metal onto another one.
Right. Pass it right through. Yep.
And then just drop it down there.
Put it right on there. There you go.
I've got to say, I don't feel like I'm well equipped to do this, but for being a novice, it's not as hard as I thought it would be.
No, people are afraid. Okay, and then come over to this side here and hit one right over there. Okay, what that's going to allow us to do is once you join that, that's pretty well tacked together. We can get these pins out of our way.
And the pins were what was originally holding it
all in place for us.
Okay.
So pull this out
I was going to say, do you mind? Because I have an 800 degree
not a problem.
piece of machinery right here.
Okay, so we get rid of that. Okay, so now what we've done is we've tacked it together. It's not structural enough to pick up. So this is what we're going to do. We're now going to create the skeletal structure. We're going to put a bead on each side of it. So I'm going to just very quickly just re-wipe my flux.
Can you do it for me? My hands are full.
Sure thing. Okay? And then what we're going to do is you're going to learn that the left hand and the right hand have no idea what they're doing together. Good. I'm going to take it like this. I'm going to feed the solder. I'm going to put that iron right down on the glass.
Just kind of sliding it right down.
Sliding it right down. Take it nice and slow. Keep that iron right in contact. And
like
the beautiful thing about soldering is if you make a mistake and you get a little lump like that, it's
just smooth the lump out.
It's very forgiving.
And now do we do the whole
What we're going to do is we're going to do this other one seam here first.
Okay. Well, I can't wait to show this off at the end of the show. David, thank you so much for coming and teaching us how to do this. This is a...
Well, like I said, I teach at Snow Farm in Williamsburg, Mass. We're there 5 times a year. It's, you know, what better place to go?
Exactly.